What's up, family? My name is Trail, and today we have new information regarding the new stimulus bill that is being proposed by the Biden administration. Now, this is the new revised Build Back Better Act, which I must remind you guys that late last week, Senator Joe Manchin announced that he was ready to negotiate and support a revised stimulus bill. So this is definitely some positive news for the Biden administration in moving forward with the negotiations. Also, the war in Ukraine seems to be slowing down a little bit over the weekend after President Biden gave a speech in Poland against the Russian president. Right now, the president of Ukraine and Russia are trying to agree on a peace deal to prevent the deaths of more civilians. And lastly, guys, hey, the White House has recently debated whether or not to send out new stimulus checks. And so far, it's not completely off the table, but the discussions are still up in the air. Now, before we get started, guys, hey, as a quick reminder, on this channel, we cover everything from what's going on around the world with the stock market, with the war in Ukraine, as well as multiple daily news stories around the world. So if you're interested in any of these topics today and you want to be a part of this channel, be so kind and go ahead and subscribe to it. It's totally free. And if you end up liking today's video, then go ahead and hit that like button for us. It really helps out this channel. Now let's go ahead and start with the video. Okay guys, I wanted to remind you about the free $100 that you can get within a couple of weeks. Chime Bank is offering new customers free $100 if you sign up using a referral code, as well as setting up a direct deposit from your employer. Now, once you reach a total of $200 being direct deposited into your account, you will immediately get an additional $100 deposited as well. I actually did this a few weeks ago just to make sure that everything was legit, and I received my money the same time that my $200 threshold was actually met. So, if you have income and you want to receive a free $100, sign up today using the link down below, and then go ahead and share your link with your family and friends so that they can benefit as well. Now, if you have any questions, hey, don't hesitate to ask them down below in the comment section. And if you do sign up, make sure that you set up your direct deposit within, I believe, like 45 days. The CEO of Tesla, Elon Musk, is now saying that he has COVID-19 once again. Yes, on Monday, the CEO, Elon Musk, said that he is now suffering from COVID-19 once again, which he first actually was tested positive back in November of 2020. Now, this particular news comes after new health restrictions in Shanghai reportedly caused Tesla to suspend their production. The CEO of Tesla, as well as he's the CEO of SpaceX, said on Twitter that he has COVID once again. Now, this announcement comes after the factory in Shanghai ended up having to shut down, and this happened around April the 1st, and China is shutting down the city in 2 phases to control a COVID-19 outbreak. And Tesla also suspended its production in Shanghai for 2 days earlier back in March after officials implemented COVID health orders. So again, guys, this COVID-19 is apparently not over yet, which I will say I've been traveling around a little bit, and recently I don't see anyone wearing their mask anymore. I believe that everyone is pretty much thinking and believing that this pandemic and COVID-19 is finally over. But Elon Musk apparently says that it is not over. But again, he's actually traveling back and forth to China, guys. So that's a different story. But also in regards to the CEO of Tesla, Tesla announced earlier this week that they want to do another stock split, and they also want to issue a new stock dividend. Yes, the SEC is filing said that the electric car maker will ask at its normal shareholders meeting for an increase in the number of authorized shares of common stock in order to enable a stock split of the company's common stock in the form of a stock dividend. Now, Tesla last split their stock back in August of 2020, and the shares have more than doubled since that 5-to-1 stock share split took effect on August the 31st. But here we are again, guys. Apparently that was not enough for the CEO, Elon Musk, and he wants to do another stock split. But in addition to that, guys, he he also wants to offer a stock dividend to be offered to its shareholders of the company shares. Now, this particular stock dividend is a dividend paid to shareholders in the form of additional company shares instead of cash. These dividends do not affect the value of the company, but they do dilute its share price overall. In other words, if there is a 6-for-1 stock split, investors will get a stock dividend of 5 shares for every 1 share of Tesla that they own. This would be a one-time event, and Tesla shares were up more than 6% on this past Monday, guys, and their stock price ended up hitting yesterday $1,097. So again, guys, the price of this share for Tesla is going up once again. We've seen where it went from around $300 all the way up to $1,200. So yes, guys, Tesla stock is a very great stock to actually own in your portfolio. I own it myself, and I definitely encourage others to actually own it as well. Obviously, right now it's almost at its all-time high, which is around $1,250. But again, guys, if you look at it from a different perspective, it is on sale right now, because if you do believe in the company and what it has for its future, this stock price could hit well over the $1,250 range. But again, guys, I am not a financial advisor. That is just my opinion, so don't hold me to it. But moving on, guys, hey, young women are now earning more than men in the U.S. in more than 22 cities. Yes, the top 10 metro areas where young women earn more than young men are Washington, West Virginia, Massachusetts, Florida, San Diego, California, New York, Washington, D.C., and San Angelo, Texas. So this is some good news, guys, because we have seen for years now, where men obviously continue to make more than women when they are doing the same types of jobs. So we are seeing this report coming out recently from the Pew Research Analysis of Census data through 2019, and they are saying that things are actually changing now. Women under the age of 30 years old out-earned men in 22 cities across the country, including New York and Washington, D.C. Now, why this matters, guys, is because the gender wage penalty is less severe when women are just starting out in their careers. Women ages 16 to 29 years old earn 93% on average of what men actually make, compared with 84% for all women. Now, in other 228 cities, young women earn less than men. So again, guys, hey, this is some good news, and I hope these particular numbers continue to go up over the next few years coming forward. This is some definitely positive news, guys. I am definitely all for women making more than men if they actually qualify for it, which I definitely believe that a lot of women out there definitely work harder than men and are definitely more qualified than some men out there. So again, guys, hey, that is just one of the headlines for today. Now on to some stimulus update news, guys. Hey, President Biden, he actually issued some information in regards to the stimulus bill that is on the table. Here recently, we saw that the Biden administration said that they are working on a revised Build Back Better bill in hopes to get this thing passed. And in addition to that, we heard from Senator Joe Manchin last week as well. He said that he was also ready to go ahead and negotiate on this revised bill as well. And he was also ready to get behind it and support the bill. We all know that Senator Joe Manchin actually killed this bill last year back in December. But again, guys, this is some new developing information that is in regards to getting a new stimulus bill on the table and getting it passed in the House and in the Senate. Right here in this article, it says that Biden's 2023 budget focuses on deficit reduction. So yes, President Biden plans to spend around $1.58 trillion of the $5.8 trillion in his proposed 2023 budget to booster America's defenses and maintain robust economic growth, while also addressing inflation by lowering the federal deficit and costs for working families. Now, Biden said on Monday that it is sending Congress his top line tax and spending request for the next fiscal year, which includes $773 billion for the Department of Defense. Now, budgets are statements of value, and the budget that I am releasing today sends a clear message that we value fiscal responsibility, safety, and security at home and around the world, and the investments needed to continue our equitable growth and build a better America This is what Biden said. Now, presidential budgets are meant to be an opening bid by the White House in annual negotiations with Congress on how to fund the federal government. And Biden is leaving a giant blank space for the cost for any potential climate and social spending agendas, previously known as the Build Back Better bill. Now, the White House officials declined to provide specifics on their Build Back Better priorities, with some signs that Senator Joe Manchin may be prepared to return to the negotiating table after killing the $2.2 trillion bill last year in the House back in December. Now, since then, we have saw that the Consumer Price Index, or the CPI, landed around 7.9%, and Biden and his economic advisors are acknowledging that inflation is eating into consumers' purchasing power right now. But they are insisting that the higher prices will drop sometime next year. And they also blame most of the increase on the disruptive supply chains as well as Russia's invasion on Ukraine. America was not immune to the worldwide inflation that has followed the pandemic, leaving too many families struggling to keep up with their bills. And supply chain pressures will ease here very soon. The chair of the Council of Economic Advisors told reporters on a conference call yesterday morning. Now, Biden's budget estimates that this year's deficit will drop by $1.3 trillion as the pandemic spending is phased out and tax receipts continue to increase as a result of the robust economic growth. So again, guys, this says right here that the Biden administration as well as Senator Joe Manchin are now working on a revised bill, or Build Back Better bill, in hopes to get this thing done sometime this year, as well as getting it passed in the House and the Senate. Now, whether or not they are going to be able to get this done, well, we just don't know as of yet. But I will say this is some definitely positive news, especially moving into the right direction, with Senator Joe Manchin saying that he is ready to support this bill going forward. But again, guys, we won't know just yet as what this bill will include, because as you see right here in this article, it says that they are planning on leaving a giant blank space in the 2023 budget proposal. And that blank space is going to be specifically for the revised Build Back Better Bill Act. So again, guys, I will keep you guys posted on any updated information that we receive regarding the negotiations and this new stimulus bill coming forward. And last but not least, guys, I do have some important information to share with you right here, because I just found out, because of this article, that it says that the White House has privately discussed about sending out some stimulus checks to some car drivers that are dealing with these high gas prices. Yes, the Biden administration is discussing checks to provide to motorists that are dealing with these high gas prices. And they said that it is not likely to gain traction in Congress due to Republican opposition. And California is actually talking about sending out some stimulus checks to its car owners in the near future as well. The White House is weighing its option on how to reduce the high gas prices for Americans. One that's on the table right now is sending out direct payments to drivers. Now, the Washington Post reported this among the measures floated in private discussions among the White House aides. Other potential steps included a federal gas tax holiday, as well as a third release of oil from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, and some incentives to domestic energy producers to ramp up its production. Now, the White House didn't immediately respond to the request for comment on this particular issue in regards to sending out direct payments to the American people. But gas prices continue to remain high, partly due to the Russian war in Ukraine, because the national average right now per gallon of gas stood around $4.24 per AAA. And it hasn't fallen much over the past week, but it has jumped substantially compared to last month's gas prices. Now, the Democrats in Congress are also introducing similar ideas of their own, with another plan introduced by Representative Ro Khanna of California and Senator Sheldon Whitehouse of Rhode Island. And they said that they want to provide quarterly payments to Americans, funded by a tax on profitable oil companies. Now, right now, they estimate that it would amount to around $240 per year for single filers, as well as $360 per year for couples. Now, these particular direct payments for American motorists are not likely to gain traction in Congress, and Senate Republicans essentially shut down the idea earlier last week. They saw it as a gimmick that would only contribute to inflationary pressures and step up its costs right now. Now, Senator John Thune of South Dakota said that clearly what this Biden administration has concluded is that they can just throw some gimmicks at the issue of these high gas prices. But he said at least one state is preparing to distribute checks to car drivers. Yes, California Governor Gavin Newsom announced this past Tuesday that eligible car drivers could get up to $400 debit cards to cover the cost of gasoline. Yes, according to this article, vehicle owners in San Diego and across California would receive $400 debit cards from the state under a proposal that was unveiled last week by Governor Gavin Newsom. Now, under this particular plan, drivers would receive $400 debit cards if they have their vehicle registered. And if you and your family have up to 2 vehicles, you could receive up to $800 for you and your family. Now, this particular rebate program will cost a total of $9 billion. And Newsom also proposed $2 billion in other measures, such as $750 million to provide grants to transit agencies to offer free rides for up to 3 months. In addition to that, $600 million to pause a portion of the sales tax on diesel fuel for at least 1 year, and also $523 million to pause inflation adjustments to gas and diesel excise tax rates. So again, guys, the state of California is really trying to do something for the American people, or at least the people in California. Now, they are saying that we're taking immediate action to get money directly into the pockets of Californians who are facing higher gas prices as a direct result of Putin's invasion of Ukraine. But just as a quick reminder, guys, hey, these gas prices or these gas increases are not just because of the invasion on Ukraine. They are actually because of these oil companies actually see the opportunity to raise the prices on the gas per gallon. So it's not just necessarily about the war in Ukraine, guys. I know that the Democrats are really pushing that notion of that this is all because of this war in Ukraine right now, but it is really not that, guys. It is really because these oil companies are just greedy pigs, and they have decided to raise the gas prices because they know that Democrats and other lawmakers are just going to go ahead and blame it on the war in Ukraine. But again, guys, hey, I hope all of this information in this video was helpful to you today. Well, anyways, that's all I have for you today. Now, if you enjoyed this type of content and you want to see more, hey, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. And if you end up liking today's video, then go ahead and hit that like button for us. It really helps out this channel, as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, guys, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.